Hi and welcome back. We're in the middle of the preparations for my next racing weekend. It's the third round now. Just like I have talked about in my first video, I want to make the jump to an international championship. To get to know one of the championships, I travelled to England in between my races to attend the opening round of the British Superbike Championship at Oulton Park. Walking around the paddock, I immediately noticed the big differences compared to my national championship in the Netherlands. My eyes were drawn to the camera crews, big hospitality tents and full grandstands. I still felt like a nobody, walking around in a place where I didn't belong, but after putting myself out there and reaching out to people, I felt very welcome. I spent the weekend introducing myself to as many people as I could and returned home with a clear vision. I want to ride in the British Superbike Championship in 2027. We just had 5 practice sessions, and for us the Friday is just to regain the feeling on the bike, but each Friday has its flaws. So with a Friday we're very busy on the track, so we're with a lot of riders on the track. That causes a little traffic for us. For the faster riders you have to kind of move around them, and it obviously will cost you time to overtake the other people. And for us the Friday is therefore more to focus more on the corners itself, or more like sector wise instead of the whole lap, because it's really difficult to tie a full lap together. It's just getting the basics right, and once you're on pace by the second or third session you can actually try something new, try like some pain points you had in the race. So for me, I made a step in my front suspension, so we made a large step in one direction. Okay, so we made a huge step in one direction. Because I was on pace the session before, I was able to repeat it, and we concluded that the adjustment was correct, or was a step in a good direction. And because of that we took another step on the suspension, so adjusted the front a little more, and we saw even better results, even though we still had some traffic in the way. So we can't gather data from a lap time itself, but we can look at the data for the individual corners and sectors, which was quite positive. My fastest Friday to date. If we can keep doing this, I'll be faster tomorrow for the qualifying. Overall, good feeling on the bike and eager to start the qualifyings tomorrow. So we just had both the qualifyings. I am a little disappointed. I wasn't able to get the lap in that I wanted. I did good in sector 1, 2 and 3, but just not in the same lap. In my fastest lap, I didn't have my fastest sector 1, nor did I have my fastest sector 2, nor did I have my fastest sector 3. So all of my fastest sectors were in different laps, which results in me having a best lap which doesn't correspond to my fastest ideal lap, which happened because there was a lot of other riders on the track. For example, I was good in one sector, and then in another sector I had to overtake another rider, and therefore I wasn't able to continue in my fast lap. It took a lot of time to overtake them. So quite disappointed in that, but I'm still in second for the race. So I'm going to start on the front row for the first time this season, and I should be happy with that. It's a good beginning for the race, it's a good starting point. Let's see if we can get a good start in and push to the front. So my leathers are really sticky from all the champagne. It's drying up right now. I can't wait to get these off. But we just had the race. For me, it was a race where I felt like I could have done more in terms of results. Although I got closer to the front, in the end I was just a little short to be able to keep the momentum going, to keep the connection with the leader. I finished in P2. Here's my trophy. I should be really happy with the result. It's a huge step up from last time where I was 4th, and the time before, the first race, I was 3rd. So it's my best result to date. I am the fastest I've ever been. So I'm just looking back and taking a look at what I feel like I could have done. That was so much more. I was easily able to ride just behind the leader, but for some reasons, of which a lot of my own mistakes, I was just a tad bit short. After 2 laps I had to give in, ride my own race. I tried to make up time to get back to the leader, get back and close the gap, but wasn't able to. And eventually I had to just accept the fact that that was it for the race. Like, I've no reason to push anymore if the gap's already 3-4 seconds. That's only trying to risk a possible crash. Now I've picked up a lot of points that are very welcome to me in the championship. I have taken over the 2nd place in the championship now. I couldn't be happier, but I'm still comparing myself to my own data. So looking at what I could have done at some parts in the track, and there's still so much more to get. So I want to dive into that as soon as possible and make up for the mistakes that I made today. But for now we'll relax, rest up, and for next race we're going to Germany. So we're going to a different circuit now, a different track, not on Assen anymore, at least not in May. We'll have 3 days there, 3 days on the Nürburgring, just after the 24 hours of the Nürburgring. So really excited. I'm already familiar to the track. I have ridden there in 2022. Good to have a new challenge on a different track for now. Just after that we'll go back to Assen. But let's focus on the Nürburgring, and I'm going to prepare myself as best as I can, and let's see what we can do over there.